Hi, so I'm going to be talking about fate. So it's the first passage comes from page 190, and it says, "From that day and hour it was clear that there was not to be so successful an ingathering after all. If Henchard had only waited long enough, he might at least have avoided loss, though he had not made a profit. But the momentum of his character knew no patience. The movements of his mind seemed to tend to the thought that some power was working against him." So basically this shows how fate works through forces such as nature as well as Henchard's character. And there are various aspects to fate, some that can be controlled and some that cannot be controlled. So for example, character is something that can more so be controlled by humans, whereas nature obviously cannot be controlled. And Henchard's success depends heavily on the weather, which helps to increase his profit, but he also ends up losing a ton of money. However, fate still treats Henchard and Farfrae differently, and this is mainly attributed to their differences in character, because as the passage states, Henchard's character knows no patience. So fate is portrayed in a hostile manner towards the individual with the less favorable characteristics, which in this case would be Henchard. And overall, fate and providence are both powers that have a greater control over the individual, and fate specifically is shown as predetermining all things that take place. The second quote is on page 291, and it says, this is talking about Henchard and his relationships with other people, and it says, "In place of Susan, Farfrae, Lucetta, Elizabeth, he had no interest, hobby, or desire, but fate had ordained that he should be unable to call up this divine spirit in his need." So in this passage, Henchard is shown as experiencing significant losses, and this is particularly in the close relationships that he establishes with other people. And there's a pattern that can be seen with Henchard's relationships. He cares deeply about a person, but this passion leads to jealousy, and therefore he severs the connections that he has created with these people. So Henchard perceives his losses as fate and something that he doesn't really have any control over. So this revisits the idea that fate is determined by character, and it's often brought on by submissions to impulse. And this is shown because Henchard allows his feelings to take control over his actions, and this contributes to the idea that individuals reflect on their fortunes as well as their misfortunes with a belief that providence guides them to control their decisions, and fate pretty much governs their future. And that's it. Bye.